Hi, it's Karen here
And Tim.
from Stamping on the Back Porch. If you can kind of tell, I have the crud this week. Tim's gotten over it, but I'm feeling all that. So we'll see how far I get through this. I just don't want to be painful for you to listen to me. But welcome. Introduce yourself so we can say hi to you. Today we are going to be showing some things. I'm going to be using the Beetles and Bugs stamp set. I decided to pick one that probably everyone wouldn't be thinking about buying and just show some fun ideas. And then I have a couple of new great ideas for using the Dragonfly Dreams bundle. Just can't get enough of that bundle. And of course, this is the month that I'm featuring that in the card kit. So if you place a $50 order in my online store, you get the 5 card kits in the mail that have to do with the Dragonfly bundle. Everyone has been really enjoying them. We've gotten a lot of great feedback about that. So you don't want to miss that either. And I hope you guys are all doing well. I think we'll go ahead and get started, but we will say hi as people come in.
Okay, I will get the iPad ready so
that I can see comments. And I just decided, since I'm under the weather, I'd make a card for myself first. So, you know, why not?
Why not?
This is for me and for all of you who are going through all the stuff going around here. You know, my mom lives in a seniors facility, and they've even closed the dining room. They're delivering all meals to people's rooms. And I hear Children's Hospital is just overly full. So it is interesting, all the things going around. So take care of yourself, get plenty of rest. And we'll start with a card to me. So this is the Beetles and Bugs set, and it has lots and lots of little pieces to it. I think kids would have a lot of fun with this. You know, it'd be fun to make cards. You know, a lot of boys like bugs, plenty of girls do too. And I think they'd enjoy creating. I think a lot of times they would just as soon color in. So however you want to do it, it does have a lot of 2 and 3 step stamps here. But here's my little card. See, caught a bug. And then inside you could say good, you know, get well, or you know, take care. I thought, and of course I had to make it greenish because that just kind of fits sick. So these letters are from the labeler alphabet. And that, isn't that fun? So you can just do, and there's the little tablecloth. So that's that set. Anyone to say hi to? Oh, good. Hi, Pam, Lareed, Vicky, Jackie, Eleanor, Kathy, Pollock, Karen, Joanna. Oh, lots of you. Wonderful. Raj, Cheryl, Pam, that's great. Okay. I sent out, since we're talking about earlier the Dragonfly Dreams, I sent out 4 bonus cards with PDFs yesterday to my mailing list. And I realized after hearing from a few of you that one of them had the wrong PDF. So if you actually open the PDFs and want them, just send me an email and I'll send you the correct one for the B card. So, you know, I always have to have some tech mistake in there. So great. Great. Jackie likes this card. So great. And it's not one you necessarily love to send, but it's a good one to have on hand. Because, and you know what? Tim got a thank you. I mean, a get well card. He was just so delighted.
Very nice.
From is it Christina or Christine Pfeiffer? I don't know, but it was just so sweet of you to send that. He was very, very honored that someone would think to send him a get well card. So
In fact, that's probably the only reason I feel better.
Yeah. Probably did it. Hi, Linda, Cindy, Lareed, Ellen, Doreen. So this is a newsletter that we made a family newsletter when our kids were young. So can you tell we were homeschoolers? And does anyone recognize the old, was this actually, I think, done on a computer, wasn't it? And the dot matrix printer? Isn't that just wild? This way further? Okay. So these were our 5 kids, and they all wrote articles for this. And I took one of them. I was going to share one of them with you really short, because I thought how this ties in with cards. Sometimes you have a memory or a fun thing, and it's just kind of fun to write a card, kind of to share that. So this was right here, our son wrote, "Once Mom paid me 50 cents to get an ugly bug out of the house. It was more fun than cleaning out the car, and it paid better too." So I thought I would make this fun card for the son and give it to him and see if he gets what it's for. Okay. So here is card. And then I took one of the bugs. You can see this is a 3-step stamp. It's got the outline and then we've got the orange and then we've got the red. And I was going to make this kind of, really shiny. So let's add some Wink of Stella, which may or may not show up on there. And now this is just, a quick card. This isn't highlighting anything. Oh, gotta. I sneeze, cough, I have to blow my nose. I said, sorry. See, I was working on this side, and I got that blotch there, and I just didn't like it. So I just turned it over. I don't think it'll show. So, we all do that, right? Okay, so I'm going to put this back on. So what made me think about this was this paper from the Sealed with Love and seeing the 50 cents. And it just set off reminders of me of him paying this 50 cents. So I cut out one of the 50-cent ones.
Not to be confused with the rap artist.
Yeah. Don't think he says it quite so clearly. And I'm going to put my little 50 cents right there. And I actually took a stick from outside. I will attach that, but I won't worry about it right now. So it's just kind of a fun thing to send him and see, do you remember what this has to do with? So I would love to hear. I was going to ask in my customer downline Facebook group too, for people to share some stories about, funny cards or cards particularly for a person that's just kind of personal like that. And I love that you can do that with things, with stamping. So you can really be creative and make it for that person.
This is a good time to stop and say happy birthday to Brenda.
Is Brenda on
Brenda
today?
Taylor.
She's on. Happy birthday, Brenda.
I'm a friend of hers on Facebook, and so I've already wished her a happy birthday. But Brenda, happy birthday.
And I keep forgetting to say this every week, but if you send me an email on your birthday week and tell me it's your birthday, I would love to send you a card. That goes for everyone that's on here. So just keep that in mind because, I have too many things to talk about, but I love sending out cards. But I don't want to keep a list, so I just love to do it.
So Brenda, send Karen an email.
Oh, okay. I got Brenda since Tim told that. Tim won't let me forget to send you a card, Brenda. So that will be very fun. Okay, so here is then another card. I thought I should actually stamp something here. So I am taking, I wanted to do love bugs. So it could kind of be Valentine's, or it could be someone just got engaged, or an anniversary card. You can think of a lot of fun things to do with this. Or someone who's just, met somebody, so who knows. Okay, so now this is then the inside stamp. Oh, and you see these little edges are on here so you know which way to point up, but you do want to make sure that they don't have any ink on them. And of course I didn't bring a wet towel out, so we'll just do the best we can. That time I did it right. If you learn to just tap lightly, like I always say, you won't get those, but see, I even do that, so. 50 comments so far. Oh, that is so fine. Patricia asks how Tim is feeling. He's feeling good.
So
Thank you.
Better.
He will tell you that.
I think I'm 100%.
Jen, that's perfect. So I will send you a card. It's wonderful. Okay, so I have my two little bugs. I have both, and I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. So I took the Sunshine Wishes. So I thought I had two ideas here. And this was just going to be love bugs. You could also just do one bug, and then it'd be a Valentine, like, you're my love bug. So you could do that too. So we're just doing the double. But the other thing I thought might be kind of fun was to use this heart, also from Sunshine Wishes, but it is, of course, too big. So my thought was we would just cut some of it out and kind of just do it like that. Do it like that somehow. Does that make sense? And to me, this already says love bugs because it has the heart. Otherwise, we could add the love. So I don't know. Tell me what you think. But, it's just kind of fun. So there's a couple quick ideas there.
So how do you glue that on?
Oh, I would put this on. Remember a fancy trip? And I'm going to be showing a technique later that you're going to want to use the silicone mat for too. I would do this with the sponge that I've showed several times. But I'll keep showing it again at other times. So just keep watching and we'll see. So anyway, that's that idea. And then I have one more with the bugs.
A lot of comments.
Oh, good. Jackie said she's adding the stamp set to her wish list. Good. You know, I love the stamp set, but, you know, it's not one that probably everyone will do. I didn't want to do a whole session just on this, but I love to just show some fun ideas because I think it's really fun. Now, I want you to guess what I'm doing right here. I think kids would love this idea. Any guesses? Yeah. Kev said it looks like the bugs are holding hands. That was my thought. They're either holding hands or they're dancing or whatever you want them to be doing. What does this look like to anybody?
H.
Oh, Tim has it. So I thought, wouldn't kids have fun putting somebody's name, you know, doing anything like that? So I did an HB card with the bugs. So here it is for happy birthday. And of course, you could do it all with one, but just kind of a fun thing that I think kids would really enjoy. And you see the little rhinestones? Does it help if I hold it closer, Tim, or is it? I added those where I had little splotches, you know, how we talked about it. But I thought, what a fun idea, you know, for kids to just do something like that.
I have a customer at Starbucks named H. I could take that.
Oh, yes.
That'd be easy.
And you can just take this H, and if you could finish the card. Mary says she's seen bugs and kisses for Valentine's Day where you put bugs and kisses in a bag. Fake bugs and then kisses. That'd be great, and put on for a topper. That would be a great. Lou Reed says her boss is in the office so she can watch. Okay, that's pretty funny. Okay, so this would also just be fun when you think about kids just practicing their letters, you know. So, I mean, really, it's just a lot of fun things to do with that. So, Tim, to go too far, I wanted to show one other quick thing here. Do you notice how this background has two colors around it? So, if you just take two things the same size and cut one in half, you could even cut both in half, and then you would have two complete sets. Or you can put one on the side like that. So it just kind of makes a fun background to do something a little different. So I'm going to have Tim show you what he's been up to. And then I'm going to be back. I have a couple of really great cards with the Dragonflies that you're going to want to see. Some new things with that. So here is for Tim. And this can just be on you, I think, today.
Hello. Hello, hello, hello. I didn't want to make cookies while I was sick, so I just finally started making cookies, and I'm making progress. So, this is the card that I made and that I'm making for all of you that qualify for my little box of cookies. And this is the dozen cookies, and there's chocolate chip and ginger, and I tried to decorate them more Valentine-ish. They're not hearts, but they are pink and red, and I will be wrapping them up in this nice little container and sending them out with this is actually, instead of just newspaper for stuffing, I've decided to just send you a bunch of cards for stuffing. Isn't that nice? Look at all the cards you're going to get. So you're going to get all kinds of cards, and you're going to get a dozen cookies and a card hand-stamped by me. What else can I say? Are we going to extend this? You want to extend this? Should we keep the...
Are you up for making more cookies for another week?
I am.
For one more week. Okay, so a week from now, he'll make another batch of cookies and send out.
And do people know
that's
for
for
everybody?
anyone who buys the starter kit through my online set. You know,
So starter
nothing
kit?
like a bunch of cards.
Another?
And Tim's cookies.
Another cookies.
So fabulous. So if you have any questions, just message me.
This is what they look like before they get mailed. After they get mailed, they might be crumbs.
Yeah. Then we call them ice cream toppers.
Yes, we do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That works. All
That's
right.
it. All right. Thank you. Back to the main attraction.
All right. Okay. Yeah, we just thought I told him he could wait until he felt better to make them. We don't need a sick person making cookies.
And sending them across state lines.
Okay, so Tim is sending out 3 boxes this afternoon after we're done with this. So if that's one of you, you will look forward to this in the mail. So thank you very much. And now we can have more. Okay, I'm going to show a couple of fun things here. This first card, I absolutely love this Dragonfly bundles. It's been the #1 seller, I'm sure, with Stampin' Up. I was asking my downline group and everyone was saying that. So, and that is, as I mentioned before, the one that I have focused on for my card kit. Let me put that right there. Yeah. So this is the code if you do place an order. Because remember, and I'm not showing today any of the cards you get. I showed one of them a while ago, and that's it. And then you also get an invite. This is just for my customers in downline. We have a private Facebook group where we have drawings every week and we do a lot of fun things there. So you'll get that invitation afterwards. Now let's see if you can see this. Can you see how sparkly this is inside? This is another.
Tip it towards the window.
This is another technique from years ago, and I'll show it again later with another kind of stamp that, not today, but some other day. You know, we keep coming around to things. But this is packing tape card, because this is kind of fine, but up close you really see it. So I have taken some Watermelon Wonder, and I put it through the Big Shot, and I could have used the outline one or this. I chose to use this one because I want to have, I'm not going to need this. I don't have my little poker here. I was just going to take this out. I will have this to save for another. You know it's in there. Oh, here it comes. Okay, good. Okay. I'll have this to save for another card. So now this is the front of my card. And then I cut one of these out of this paper that is one of the free choices in Celebration. It is the Carried Away paper. And so that's going to go inside here. But I'm going to put packing tape under here to do this. Now, this is another reason you want the silicone mat if you don't have it yet. Because remember, we keep talking about how nothing sticks with it. So I'm going to take some packing tape, and I'm going to put it right over.
And this is what she used.
Yes, I have the mega one here. And I cut off way more than I needed, just, you know, I guess I'm making a point here. But do you see how this just lifts up? If I had done this on the paper, it would all be sticking to the paper now. So isn't that cool? I'll flip this over, and I'll trim these off. So I actually had another one. Okay. Then I am going to just lay this inside. And all the rest of it still has the packing tape. But I love how these are just intermixed and you can put all these things. So I'm going to put on my Dazzling Diamonds and I'm going to press it on. And I guess some of it I didn't get pressed on before, but I'm thinking that actually might be a good look as long as we get some, we'll see how this works out, you know. Otherwise, I have my finished sample to just show you and I can just say, oh,
and I actually had
it's supposed to work like this, you know.
I actually had this on my cereal this morning. I was wondering why it didn't taste very sweet.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to set that aside. Oh, look, I like that. Look at how that just is really sparkly underneath. Ooh, I like that even better, so that's good. So you might want to leave your ends open like this, but now you can see how just totally sparkly that is. And then we will cut these off. Yeah, we like to, you know, anything in the office supply store, a hardware part, we can find a use for it in stamping, right? But it really is sticky and it holds well. But you definitely want the silicone mat if you're going to do this. And then you can see it's just assembled onto some white and some navy and a little trim on the bottom there. So isn't that a fun idea? So you can use that idea for it. And I really do like this one where it sticks out on the one end that way. So very fun. Okay, thanks. Oh, getting some good responses. So good. And I had better pour this back. You know, when I use the glitter, I put it on a folded sheet of paper so that it can Come back. I better do that or I will, you know, just knock it off the table and it'll all be gone. Okay, and then I have one other card that I just loved. I just got this in a card swap. And I thought, ooh, lots of hearts. So people really like that. That's wonderful. Wonderful. And I thought this was just such a lovely card. I decided to show you how to make it. So this, we just slide a belly band off. And look how fun this is. So it can stand like that. And your words will go there. She's got a little dragonfly. This was done by Michelle Lynch. So it's her card. I'm just going to show how to make it. And I'll show this idea another time too, using some other colors and some other ideas. But I just thought this was really a sweet card. Okay, so we'll set that aside. This is actually using a 12 by 12 paper. Now, I'm sure it could be adapted down. I just wasn't feeling up to try to do that and then be a little smaller. But, you know, sometimes I like to have some 12 by 12s, even though I'm more of a card maker. And this makes me want to order more because I had very limited colors. I had this color, but it really didn't go. So then I switched to vanilla. Okay, so you're going to take your cardstock, and it's going to be 5.5 by 12. And then you're going to score it. So I have this written like this, so you can quickly take a note if you want. It's 4 1/4, 7 1/4, and 10 1/4. So it's actually pretty easy. It's so weird watching this on Facebook Live because the picture is so delayed. It's still Tim on, but then I'm trying to watch, so that's great. Oh, Doreen says, Elaine Hansen says hi. Great. Okay, so does that make sense? And then we're going to just fold it up. And so there, oh, and then we'll turn it around because now here becomes your card, but it could be upside down. Okay. So here is the card. So I did it in vanilla. And then each of your papers, oh, let's see, I'm missing one. I'm missing one, so we just might have to pretend, and I'll finish it off camera. But each of these pieces is a 1/4 inch down. So I'll give you the measurements. This would be 4 by 5 1/4. This is where you're going to put your message, although it's the same size as this one. And so this next one is 2 7/8 by 5 1/4. And then your little one on the front is going to be, it's like, that looks like 1 1/2 by 5 1/4. Okay? And actually, this will be pretty done this way too, but I think I'll just have to work out of this since I'm missing my other. Oh, here it is. We'll put it together. It just fell to the floor. Then I will try to quick put these on. And then we can see the difference by using the vanilla here. This paper is the Falling in Love paper. I love this paper. It's got some pretty lacy patterns. Love this blue one. And then I will put that one. Watch me mess up. That's not, you don't really want to decorate the backs. It kind of uses double paper. So, you know, if you're really into that, it's fine, but I don't need to make mine thicker. And then we have the other one. This is in the paper pack too. These are all in there, and I just love that pretty sparkly paper. Okay, so then there again is for your message. And isn't that pretty? So it's nice in both colors. This is Blushing Bride, and I think I need to get some pastels. I have the Bold Brights and Rich Regals, but none of them seemed right for this. Okay, then for the little belly band, we're taking a piece that is 3/4 inches by 9 inches. And I'm using Soft Sky, because that is the color that's in here. So I'm going to just lay that here, and I'm just going to fold it over. And fold it over.
A lot of people say
close enough. Good.
Loving this fold.
Oh, and it's an easy fold, so I think it's really fun to do things that are different. I think wouldn't this be a pretty wedding card you know, or anything special like that too. So I'm gonna put a couple of glue dots on here. And then on top of that, we have a Soft Sky Dragonfly. I think there is no end of ideas here. So now we're going to put this on, and then underneath, put I like using glue dots for this because they aren't going to show, and glue dots hold really well too. Okay, so there is, and I like the Blushing Bride a little more. I'm just saying that. Those are my options, so I think I would get some Blushing Bride to do this, but isn't that a pretty idea? And it just makes a very special card. Ooh, Catherine's going to sign up to be a demonstrator today. Ooh, that is fabulous. Ooh, Tim will make you some cookies. That's wonderful. And Rebecca says these would make great shower invitations. Very true. Very true. So good. So I'm thrilled. We're going to run a little shorter today, just mostly because of how I'm feeling. But I wanted to show a few more Dragonfly cards. And now remember, this is what you use if you want to get the free card kits from me. 5 cards using this, and there's only what? Is Tuesday the 1st? So Monday's the last day you can get this. Next week I'll be back and I'll show you what February's. I would name the stamp set, but I haven't decided yet. There's just always so many to choose from. So I'll see what I feel inspired. Tuesday's the 31st. Okay, so on Wednesday. So you can only get this through Tuesday. And then if you have bought from things, you know, I've had to just decline a lot of people because they haven't buyers. I thought I wasn't very clear about this. This is actually for people who have purchased something from me. This is my private group where we put out challenges and fun things every week. And our real purpose is to get to know each other and share what we're working on. So it's just been a lot of fun. Patricia says, can we do this twice a week instead of once? Oh, that's funny. That's great. Okay. So a few more cards. And I thought, you know, this is...
I think the answer is no.
I would just laugh, but... Okay, Lisa Miltakis made this, and I thought, isn't that pretty? Just fun little layered card, and that on the back. Yeah, Doreen says, that last card was elegant, and thank you for persevering when under the weather. Yeah, you know, the show must go on, isn't that what... But I also love this with that collage background and kind of a vintage look. Isn't that pretty? And then she's got little black beads in there and the little... rhinestones up here. These are rhinestones colored with a black permanent marker, so you can use a Sharpie. So really, they're just the larger ones of those. You can make any color you want, which is an awesome thing. This is done by Deb Klafaki. I thought, really a pretty set. And this is, who knows this set? I love the set, and I can't think of it. It's like vintage backgrounds, but I don't know what it is. But anytime you want kind of a vintage, is it Timeless Treasures? I'm not sure, but I think that just makes a really pretty background. And here, against a brick wall, totally makes sense too. With some vines, and here we have the Dragonfly. And this one is Carmen McNamara. Sometimes I'm not sure I'm saying the names right, but I know her and I think so. Anyway, I know first names better, you know, so, but I thought that was really pretty with the brick folder. And then this one, and I would never have thought of doing a bee in green. I would have done yellow, which would make sense too, but I thought this was really pretty with the green flowers and the, you know, it's always fun when you see a twist on something and it's nothing you would typically do. And this is Denise Wilson's card. So how fun is that? Does everyone see these well enough? Oh, Timeless Texture. Oh, was that what? Oh, good, good. Thanks, Donna. Yep. Did I guess that name? I don't, what did I call it? I don't know what I thought of it, but anyway, just fun cards. And, you know, I have another Facebook Live, so if you're new to this, I have another one that we did that is all about the Dragonfly bundle too. So you might want to go back and watch that. You can just leave a comment on here if you want to know where to find that one, because those are full of ideas. So I think we've covered lots of possibilities of what we can do with the Dragonflies, and then we had a little fun with the bugs. So I want to thank you guys for putting up with me when I'm under the weather here. So I appreciate you guys to no end. So we look forward to this time every week too. So
Yes, we do.
It would take a lot to make us cancel. And, you know, I'm thinking about you guys when I'm trying to think of what I should work on this week, because I'm always thinking, well, you know, I always like to show a few ideas using the same set. So next week, it is all going to be about a certain stamp set. We'll have lots of ideas. So if you want to take some guesses, or just what you would like to see done, I like to use stamp sets that have coordinating thinlits for my projects of the month, because when I send them out, I often use the thinlits. We aren't allowed to send stamped images, so I need to have thinlits to send for some of the cards. And so that's why I tend to choose those. But any other questions, comments? Oh, Sydney says she loves to see what others create. Oh, I do too. So I love to look through what I have, and I love to show them on a theme, so because it kind of just gets you inspired. Well, what can we do with that stamp set? So I hope you guys stay well if you are well, or recover quickly if you are down with anything, and we will see you next week.
Any other comments?
And keep in mind, you can still buy the starter kit through me, and Tim would love to make you cookies. We have another week for that too. Thank you from so many people. That's fabulous, and a lot of get wells. Okay, we love you guys. See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.